Hi everyone. I'm going to warn you before I even say anything. This is not going to be a happy, well, I don't want to say it won't be a happy video, but it's going to be a lot of venting, a lot of whining, a lot of probably, and yes, crying. But I promise myself to be real on here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how one of my whys of losing weight is so I can enjoy holidays. Um, oh, I probably should have this thing off. Sorry. I was working. Um, how hard it's been for me to enjoy this year as a holiday and just take it all in. Holidays are really rough for me anyway because it was my mom's favorite holiday, so it always reminds me of her. But I try to honor it because it's honoring her. I just realized that why some of the reasons why I haven't really been able to fully enjoy the holiday is because of all the worrying I have to do being this size. It's like I can't truly just relax and enjoy going seeing family and enjoy and getting myself festive um, to participate in festivities because whenever I'm invited, we're invited anywhere. And holidays you go more places. First of all, I have social anxiety, and although some places I go it doesn't bother me because I've been there, it's more of my weight being an issue than the social anxiety part. I just had a big cry fest with my friend. And I thought, like, I need to make a video. I just don't know what to make it about. I struggle with knowing what to talk about sometimes because I'm not the best speaker. And I'm not trying to put myself down. It's just the truth. It's just something that does not come natural to me because I am not a huge talker. So, anyway, and it just was really sad that it's like Christmas is almost here and I just can't get into it. I can't. And I realize why. It's because when holidays come around, that means more parties to go to, more invitations, go to family members that you might not see all the time, and all that stuff. Instead of being able to be normal in a someone who's not completely over, not completely, who's not morbidly obese, and who are in thinner bodies, don't have to worry about the things that I have to worry about. They're on my mind all the time. First thing that happens is when we get invited, even if it's a place I've been before, is the worry of am I going to be able to get into the house? Is there stairs? And I know there's not, but or there is or there's not. Oh, I usually know that, but the point is, it's been harder and harder for me to walk. One, for my legs are gotten bad, and two, I can't even walk from here to the bathroom without sounding like it's a marathon, and that's embarrassing to walk in somebody's house where you barely walked anywhere and you're catching your breath. And it's not that they would necessarily judge me for that, but I don't want to be where everybody just stops and looks because they're going to. It's natural. It's a natural thing for humans to do. It's embarrassing to know that, and they would never shame me for it, but you can't help but look at me and say, "Yo, wow, she's a big girl." And then I'm worried about, am I going to break their seats? Am I going to be able to fit in their seats? Am I going to? It's like, ugh, it's exhausting, you all. It's exhausting. The holidays are not exhausting because I'm so busy. The holidays are exhausting because my brain, who already has anxiety and already has panic attacks, is in overdrive because I did this to myself. I made myself this size. So people probably say, I don't pity you, I don't feel sorry for you. And they shouldn't. Because I did do this to myself, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I still have to worry about it right now. And I'm trying so hard to lose weight, and it feels like I'm failing. I hate food addiction, you all. And people think it's just stop eating, and they don't realize it's so much more than that. There's so much past and trauma that comes with being overweight. How do you let go of something that is supposed to be a comfort, that was a comfort for you, that you seeked to get that comfort because you didn't get it in your life, and now you have to basically break up with it. And as stupid as that sounds, it's very hard. And I do want to be thin. I do with everything in me. But there's just something in my brain that fights it. And it's like I I know I have to fight through it or I'm never going to get thinner. But what's frustrating is, as I was telling my friend, if you put a Snicker bar in front of me right now, I don't know if I could say no to it. I would probably eat it. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's not even about eating, Snicker bar. If it's in my calories and my points, that's fine. But if I was at my point, like how many points I'm allowed on Weight Watchers, I would still eat it and go over because my brain thinks that's more important and I can't seem to figure out how to fight it. And no, I don't have money for therapy, so talking and venting is my therapy. But, and besides, therapy is not the answer to everything. Sometimes it comes down to you just really pushing through the really hard times. And I just want to be able to enjoy the holidays. We're going, I live out in Texas and Jason's family's here. I don't really have a lot of family left. Everyone, except for a few cousins who I really don't know anymore, on my mom's side of the family are gone. And on my dad's side, we've never been close to many of them. And the ones that we're close to are gone. I have no parents. I have no grandparents. I have no aunts. I have no uncles. I don't have any of that. Christmas was a huge deal when I was growing up. My mom and her kids, there were 6 of them, were very, very extremely close. And we went to their houses all the time. Except for one that lived in Florida, obviously couldn't. But I grew up with this loving, caring family. Caring to a point. I don't know how to put that. Well, my mom's side was very loving and caring, I should say. They were very close and very tight. And I don't have any of that anymore. I mean, I love Jason's family, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about like blood relatives, my family that I grew up with. I don't have them anymore. And that's hard to take anyway when you get older and realize you're losing all your relatives that were older than you. They're just, I don't have any of them left, including my own parents. And then having to worry about, Jason's half Japanese. Well, quarter, I should say he's quarter Japanese, but he really looks Japanese. He takes on a lot of the Japanese features. But, so they're all like, and he takes after their size. They're all pretty small, most of them are. There's a few, but nothing like me. And they have been so very welcoming. Don't get me wrong, at least to my face, they haven't said anything. And I'm sure they thought it's just natural to think it, but it's just like, then we go to his relative's house, which I don't really see that often. And now the whole worry about, again, am I going to be able to sit in the chairs? Am I going to be able to make it to the place? It doesn't make it fun for me. It does not make it fun for me. I don't want to go. Not because I don't want to see them, it's because I don't want to deal with all the emotional stuff that comes with it. The mind, fighting with my mind and fighting with being so uncomfortable the whole time I'm there because I feel so out of place. I don't, I have been in a house, thank goodness it was my aunt's house, where I broke the chair. This was years and years ago, and I wasn't even that big years and years ago. It was one of those stupid chairs that they're like this. There's no backing back here, and it was already an old chair. So, I'm sure probably somebody else would have done the same thing. But still, it's humiliating. It's absolutely humiliating breaking furniture because it's like, anyway, I know this is getting really long, and I didn't want it to be really long. But one of my whys is because I don't want to be like this next year. I don't want to have this mind fighting thing that I do. It's very sad that I can't enjoy the holidays because my mind is so worried about, and every day I think about it, every day dreading it. And that's really sad that I have to dread to go see family. My extended family is she calls me her daughter-in-law, so my mother-in-law tells me. They've been so caring and so giving, but it doesn't take away the fact that I feel out of place. I'm not comfortable in my own skin, and it doesn't matter who I'm with, I'm not comfortable in my own skin. And that takes away from me really taking in and enjoying. Now, it's easy to say, well, just enjoy it anyway. I wish I could. I wish I could take my brain, who already's got anxiety and has panic attacks and is an overthinker. It's a very anxious brain. And so it's already in overdrive. And now I'm adding more to it. I just want this feeling to be different next year. And I've got to remember my why. And I've got to remember that when I want something, I shouldn't have to, to cry and fight through it and not give in. And that's what I'm really going to work on, because I have somehow got to make that break. And right now, I don't know how. I'm trying. I am trying. I want to come on here, do these videos, and be all excited every week and say how much I'm getting a grasp of this, but I'm just not there yet, and that's the truth. But I'm not going to forget my whys, and they're going to keep pushing me forward to keep fighting. And I hope they push you forward and keep you fighting as well. All right, guys. Thank you for letting me vent and let me cry. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.